Good afternoon. My name is Jamie Davis. I'm also currently running for sheriff in Union County, South Carolina. This is going to be the first episode in a series that's going to be called The American Constitution in Crisis. Because we need to realize that our Constitution is in crisis. For example, if you look at the sheriff in Union County, South Carolina, he just got arrested. The sheriff before him got arrested. The citizens in my county have been hoodwinked so many times they don't know what to believe. But today's topic is going to be on a little bit on the First Amendment and the Second Amendment. This is more of an introduction video. One of the goals here is, if you care about our Constitution, you will share this video. We will get it on Fox News, any news outlet we can. Because our founding fathers wrote a Constitution. And we have judges who are activists that want to change our Constitution and legislate from the bench. If I remember correctly, the first Revolutionary War started for something similar, with a king trying to impose his will a little too much on colonists. It's time for America to grow a backbone. First, let's start on the First Amendment. Freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of religion. It says Congress cannot establish a law, right? Well, the school ain't Congress. The bowling alley ain't Congress. If you read your Constitution, you'll understand that it says Congress cannot establish, because Congress is the only body that we have that can make laws. So Congress can't establish a national religion. But your school can, because they're not Congress. Now, it doesn't matter what the activist judges starting to say now. If you think back, when our forefathers ratified the Constitution, they had kids in schools. And they taught the Bible, right? Whether you agree with the Bible or not, that's here nor there. We're talking about rights and how judges are going beyond their authority. So there's no reasonable, logical way a judge can say, well, a school can't teach the Bible. Yes, they can, because all the schools taught the Bible after the forefathers ratified the Constitution. Think about that for a second. So what's the real reason of what's going on? So what is peaceably assembly? Protesting. Everyone has a right to protest peacefully. Now, there's federal laws and every state has laws. If you block traffic, you are actually holding those citizens trying to move from one place to another hostage. Yes, they have a right to not be held hostage. If you don't like that, take a long walk off a short cliff, because you can't read and you're being political instead of using common sense, because one day you're going to hope that right will apply to you. So don't be an idiot. Alright, right to peacefully assemble. How many times have we seen these activist judges say, we're putting a ban on this person, like a bond hearing? They can't be on social media. Media being the key word. Okay. The Supreme Court even ruled a North Carolina law when they said sex offenders cannot be on social media. The Supreme Court said, nope, unconstitutional. That's their First Amendment right. So you have these dumb magistrates who don't have a law degree in a lot of states, which that really needs to change. A magistrate should always have to work under someone with a law degree if they're going to try to, play with the Constitution in people's bond hearings. Because actually one of the amendments in the Constitution is a right against excessive bonds and things like that. We'll get into that in later episodes. But a magistrate cannot, or a judge cannot do a blanket order saying you can't be on social media. Social media is a place of assembly. And as long as you're on social media peaceably, They can't stop you. And the Supreme Court best agree with that. If not, then we may need to bring a little revolution about and fix our Supreme Court, because we don't need judges telling you what your rights are. The forefathers already done that when they signed the Bill of Rights. Now, anybody can Google, like I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to Google the purpose of the Bill of Rights. All right. As we're going to see, I got it pulled up. All right. Purpose of the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments of the Constitution, is to spell out America's rights in relation to their government. It guarantees civil rights and liberties to the individual. Keyword. It guarantees rights and liberties to the individual. I always love these people who say, well, the Second Amendment means only militias can have arms. No. It says you have a right to keep and bear. Keep, which means to own or possess, and bear, which means to maintain on person. Find a dictionary, read some definitions, you'll learn. But the thing is, the Bill of Rights, as it is stated, is individuals. As an individual, you don't have a right to have a militia. They toss the militia in there to cover that also there can be a militia in a state that an individual can rely on. But as an individual right, you have a right to bear arms. You have a right to keep arms. This concealed weapon nonsense, that's unconstitutional. Yeah. Your concealed weapon is your Second Amendment right. And for you liberals who want to disagree, you are ignorant, because the English language is the English language. No matter how you feel about it or what you wish it would mean, if I say, hey, the sky is blue, and a conservative judge reads that sentence and a liberal judge reads that sentence, the sky is still damn blue. Don't matter how you feel it. If you want the sky to be green, it's still blue, because that's what I said it was. Right? Yes. That's what the sentence says. Like the sentence in the Second Amendment says, you have a right to keep and bear arms. Now, does the Second Amendment say you have a right to keep and bear arms unless a judge says you can't for X, Y, and Z? Nope. The Bill of Rights is established for individuals' God-given rights. Yes. Read it. A lot of people out here talking about the Constitution and protesting have never even read the Constitution. Get educated. We're not going to lose our rights. Just because these people, if you don't want to bear arms, then don't. If you don't want to own a gun, don't. But you can't take my right and the majority's right to have that. Judges, know nothing magistrates. If you don't want to be on social media, don't get on there. But you can't restrict someone from being on social media. Supreme Court's already ruled that. Get educated. I'm serious. You gotta get educated. Like something that's simple in Union County, South Carolina. As I was talking, while I'm running for sheriff, they tried to trip up some charges on me. They're gone. That's not working out for them too well. I'm a retired Marine officer, a former detective sergeant, and they tried that mess because I wasn't part of the good old boy network. So they like, well, if he jumps in here, he's gonna take down corruption. Exactly, that was my point. It's kind of like watching Dukes of Hazzard, you know, Boss Hogg and Roscoe Pico Train. That's how our police department, our sheriff's office in Union, South Carolina works. You know, the magistrates and the sheriff, well, they ain't working for them too well no more. Sheriff just got indicted. Some magistrates like Mr. Tony Farr, he's going to be investigated real soon. And some other people. That's because it's a big little trio. Can't supersede your authority. You can't make up probable cause. Just can't do it. And despite what Union County citizens have been brainwashed to believe, I operate only with the law. What does the law say? And as the law is constitutional, it should be followed. But any law that is not constitutional should always be challenged. That is the purpose of our First Amendment. And what protects our First Amendment is our Second Amendment. Now, I'm going to end this on my first episode. There are going to be a lot more episodes coming along. So this is the first episode of America's Constitutional Crisis. Let's get this shared. Because I want Tucker Carlson, I want Sean Hannity, anybody else on Fox News to see this. I'd be a guest in a heartbeat. We talk about these racist cops. I was a cop. I actually resigned as a detective due to catching my captain, my lieutenant, and my sheriff falsifying evidence on warrant affidavits and African American arrests and low income community arrests, saying we have evidence that we didn't have. I resigned and turned over evidence to the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation. I was a cooperating witness. That happened a year ago. Still waiting on results. Why? Why will we still be waiting on results from them? A detective sergeant, a retired Marine chief officer with a spotless record, stood and did an interview with the State Bureau of Investigation and told them what was going on. And no arrests have been made in Scotland County, North Carolina yet, in the sheriff's office. That's things we need to protest. Because African Americans, low income community individuals, they're being targeted by that sheriff's office. Just like in Union County. It is time for us to stand up. Look at our Constitution. Strength is in numbers, America, and Union. Strength is in numbers. Strength is not in ignorance, Union. You got to be educated and you got to listen. Anything that I say, you can look it up and verify it. Maybe it's time to start a revolution. It's time to start protecting our rights. It's time to stop these cops. In the Marine Corps, as a Marine Corps martial arts instructor, with an armbar takedown, we were taught in the beginning of the Iraqi war, you go down with the armbar, you pin it down, your left knee's in the back of the neck, your right knee's in the middle of the back, and you hold them. Problem was, we was getting up, we had dead Iraqis. All that weight on us was crushing their brainstem. We had to change that technique. Now when we take someone to the ground, our left knee has to be in the middle of their shoulder blades, and our right knee a little lower, and we control them that way, so we don't kill them. So that officer who did that to George Floyd, he knew better. He knew better. He had his hands in his pockets. I wish I would have been standing there, because I would have knocked his block off. I would have knocked out as many teeth as I could. I would have curb stomped him until the other officers could have pulled me off. He was a punk. That cop was a punk. He was a bully. He violated the constitutional rights. That should have never took place. And if we don't get up and stand up and fight for all of our rights, white, black, yellow, blue, or purple, every politician around here is going to try to placate to each color to get what they want and try to turn everybody against each other. Worst thing they fear is that we all stand together, and that's what needs to take place. I look forward to more videos. Y'all have a good day.